All right, Jeff.
All right,
Little
let's
after.
go, let's go, let's go. All right, today I'm here to talk to you about some of the dangers of debt and how it can ultimately affect your long-term happiness. I believe if you can practice some self-control and educate yourself on how financial institutes work to keep you in debt, you can live within your means a happy, healthy life. My research on this topic has been through websites such as themint.org, mtsteel.org, ehow.com, and the book The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Understanding ways that debt can affect your life can be important not only to yourself but to the people around you. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the cost of having debt to your quality of life. We'll go through some statistics real quick. According to the Federal Reserve, more than half of the credit card users carry a balance on their card each month. Another little fun fact is 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Now it's probably closer to 100% in this room, but it doesn't take you long to do the math to figure out that probably the majority of that 70% lives paycheck to paycheck, um, carry balances on their credit card. So a little bit about what a balance can do to your credit card. With fees and some interest rates, you can for every $100 balance carryover, you can incur a $30 interest charge every month to that $100. So times that by 100 for that, times that by 10 for 1,000, 20 for 2,000. So at 2,000, you're carrying $600 a year. So you can see how it can get out of control in a hurry. Credit cards make you feel like you have free money. This is how the companies market their products. Their biggest motivation of credit card companies is to get people to spend money they do not have. Credit card companies will try to motivate you by your emotions. In some regards, places like Title Max and payday loans try to put your mind at ease whenever you need money in a hurry. No need for having a savings account when you have Title Max down the road. Everybody's seen the Title Max commercial. So I have an example of that. One evening, my wife and my daughter and I were out to dinner, and they wanted to stop by Krispy Kreme up here, the new Krispy Kreme on Midlothian, because evidently there's an app you get on the phone that tells you when the hot sign is on. So the hot sign was on, meaning they were making fresh donuts. Went into Krispy Kreme and came out, and I found this piece of paper on the ground. And this is it. Now, we don't know, I blacked out the guy's name. We don't know anything about this loan other than they owe $1,100 on this balance. Their payment is $240 a month. Their principal per month is $115, and the finance charges are $124. So let's just make easy math out of this. $1,100 is a balance. $240 is a payment. Let's say it's $110 to principal and $120 to interest. So we know from 110 to 1,100, that's about 10 payments left on this balance. So times that by 10, you get $1,100. When you do that, you also have to times this by 10, which is $1,200. $2,300 that this guy's paying on this $1,100 loan. It's staggering. It's depressing. And the bad part about these places are you don't see these places in Midlothian with Lake and Brandon Mill and Bon Air. You see them in the low income areas of Richmond and Chester and places like that. They feed off of low income people to get them to pay this every month, to keep them in debt, paying that every month. $2,300 for $1,100. And we don't know anything. This could have been $5,000 for all we knew at one point in time. This was just a statement payment that he made. So you say, okay, I'm never going to go there. I'm never going to go to a Title Max or a payday loan because the interest rates and finance charges are out of the roof. But say you graduate from your 4-year university, you get a job, and you go buy a car. Everybody wants to buy a new car when they get a job. The average car payment is $378 a month for 55 months. So let's say you're 25 years old. You buy a car, $378 a month. 5 years, 55 months, give or take, you get another car. So you're 30. You're carrying that $378 every month. Well, let's fast forward to when you retire at 65. You're still paying that $378, which would not be 40 years from now. It's going to be way higher than $378. But let's just say you took that $378 and you bought new cars every 5 years until you're 65 years old. Had you taken that money from 25 to 65 and put it into a mutual fund bearing a 12% interest, you would have missed out on $4,447,000. $4,447,084.01. Now, how many cars can you buy for $4 million? A lot. That's when I saw that, it's just So here's my vision for all y'all. This is why I'm standing here. You constantly need to try to see yourself in the future when it comes to money. And I know that everybody in here has the ability to do this. And the reason I know that they have the ability, that you all have the ability to do this, is that you're sitting here. You're sitting here in this class. You're not here for today. You're not here for tomorrow. You're not here for next week. You're here for the 5 years down the road. This is what you're here for. This is why you're here, not for today. It's the same with money. You need to see yourself in the future when it comes to money. From the book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, he says, winning with money is 80% behavior and 20% knowledge. Work on your self-discipline to resist the I want it now syndrome. Live your present self for your future self. Also, in that book, Dave says, if you live like no one else, later in life you can live like no one else. And it's so true. I hope that some of you will think about this topic when you're at the register. Even small items can rack up pretty quickly. And the cashier asks you, would you like to save 10% today by signing up for a credit card? Resist the temptation. You will spend much more over time with finance charges than that 10% savings would have ever gotten. In closing, I've experienced my ups and downs in my personal finances. I've been from having very little to no money to rising up to places that I've never been before, back to the bottom again. And I'm trying to climb my way back up now, but I'm smarter now because of this self-discipline. In a way, I'm happy that things turned out the way they did with my finances. It makes me appreciate the things I need to focus on and not the things that are superficially making me feel better about myself. I'm the same person whether I'm driving a brand new car or a 10-year-old car. And so are you. Thank you.